So, hi everyone. As you must have seen on LinkedIn and on other social media platforms, that recently the Anthropic team has released Claude 3.5 Sonnet upgraded version, which can now use computer. So, by using computer, it means that it can take actions on your side, that is, clicking buttons, moving your mouse cursor, filling forms, etc. So to be honest, Claude 3.5 Sonnet is no longer an LLM. It is an upgraded version of an LLM which can now take tasks. So in this particular video, we will be not talking about its features and all, but how can this be possible? How you can train an LLM which can be enabled for computer use, like it can perform actions. So we'll be deep diving into what enabled an LLM that it can take actions now. So first of all, you need to understand the concept of AI agents. I think you might have heard of this very frequently in the Gen AI space, but defining it a little formally, an AI agent is an LLM with enhanced capabilities which has been provided some external tools to perform tasks. Now, for example, as you can see here, a file creator agent will be a combination of an LLM with a tool that allows it to create files. Now, how an LLM can initialize a tool? So, don't take a tool as a software, but take a tool as a combination of code. It can be Python code also. So for example, if you're creating a file create agent, assume that internally how it has been coded, the LLM outputs something given the prompt. Like for example, you say create a report on sustainability, and then the text is generated by the LLM, and then once the report is completely generated, there might be a trigger within the code which will now initialize some Python code which stores the output into an Excel sheet or into a PDF file or in some doc. So this is how an agent works. So basically an agent is an LLM with an external tool. Now, if you can understand this part, Claude 3.5 is trained as an agent and it is not as trained as an LLM. So there is a minor difference that I will be showing you in an example. The Claude team has trained this model specifically to perform tasks and not to generate text only. So what does this mean? So internally what happens, for like giving you a superficial idea, assume you have connected your mouse with your laptop. Now once you're moving your cursor internally in the computer, there are some commands that are running that is moving your cursor. It is not moving by magic, right? Internally everything is done by codes. Now what the team has done, they have trained Claude 3.5 on those internal codes, so that once a trigger comes out, okay, click on this button. For example, the internal codes, Claude 3.5 will start generating codes and then initialize them within the computer so that this action is taken on your behalf. Now talking about how Anthropic is providing it to the customers, it is providing an API that allows Claude to understand and interact with computer interfaces. And here they have mentioned somewhere in their blog as well, it transforms instructions, gather data to generate a report. For example, this is the prompt that we give into specific commands. So basically, gather data to generate a report will involve multiple subparts: accessing the database, launching applications, navigating to files. So basically now Claude is trained on these subparts. If a prompt like this come, these are the commands that should you be following, that you should be generating an internal code to run. Now the most interesting part is conducted the assessments conducted on OS World, which assesses AI models' capabilities to interact with computers. So it is a new benchmark where interactions is basically to evaluate agents. It is not to just to evaluate LLMs. That is why I said Claude 3.5 now can be taken as a little more than an LLM. Claude 3.5 Sonnet scored 15% in the screenshot only category. So when it is asked to take a specific screenshot, okay, take screenshot of this part of the screen. It scored 15%, surpassing the next leading AI model, which is just 7.8. So nearly doubled the accuracy. Now, let me give you an example. So, for example, if a user gives a task, delete unnecessary files from this system, Claude 3.5 may break it into multiple subparts. Open File Explorer, navigate to desired directory, select unnecessary files, right click on selected files, choose delete. confirm deletion, empty recyclement. So in this single prompt, first of all, Claude 3 would be expecting these five subparts and then would be generating internal codes to execute these parts. So again, still it is generating text only, but now this text is in form of computer instructions, which it will be able to execute as well. Now, not just this computer use application that it has been integrated with, but in the metrics, as you can see here, it has also outperformed GPT-4o and Gemini 1.5 Pro, Gemini Flash, etc. Now, interestingly, when I was reading the paper, the blog, they have mentioned that Claude 3.5, the new version, is not tested against GPT-4o1. That is GPT-o1 or OpenAI o1. Now, this is because what I feel, it might have not performed better than OpenAI O1 because they have skipped it. They have mentioned specifically that we haven't tested it against O1. So it's more of a marketing gimmick, I would say, that you're skipping the best model in the market and you're comparing it with 4.0 and Gemini 1.5. I am not complaining, but I think this is a catch that people should try to understand. That they have skipped this part. Now, talking about the challenges and the limitations, what the team has mentioned, its current ability to use computers is obviously limited because it's a first attempt in that direction, what I feel, and particularly with actions like scrolling and dragging your mouse, right? And improvements would be coming out. So we all have seen how Chat GPT from November 2022 has improved massively coming into this year, and I think in the next month it would be ChatGPT's second birthday, and we have seen so much within these 2 years. So I think any new idea would get improvised as time passes, and you will see a better version of Claude 3.5 Sonnet soon. So with this, we will be wrapping this up. I think it's a great idea that to train an LLM like agents now, just to ask it to execute tasks rather than just generate text. So it's a great idea, a leading innovation. And I think if this can improve to a decent accuracy, we are in for some good time. Trust me. So with this, we will wrap this up. I hope you try out Claude 3.5 computer use API soon. Thank you.